today for the Bitcoin price. And yes, guys, I have some quite sad news for you. And overall, it's of course bringing in some implications for Bitcoin, for the Bitcoin price. But today's video is simply dedicated to one specific thing. And this is something which I really think every single one, not only all of you Bitcoin holders, but actually every single person has to listen to. What was happening throughout the last 1 month is simply mind-blowing. It's irresponsible, it's destructive, and I can tell you what the implications are going to be and what we as Bitcoin holders can all expect from that in the immediate short term. Today's news are going to be shocking, and yeah, let's just go straight into it. I don't want to lose too many words. What I want to talk about is not only the United States, but the whole world, and what's happening and the implications on Bitcoin. So I was just sharing recently a post on Twitter about by the way, I'm here in Singapore, really beautiful, about the US debt. And the US debt is now at like 33 to almost 34 trillion US dollars. Trillion with a T, nothing with a B. Trillion. And within the last 30 days alone, we have added 600 billion to that. That is 5% of the US debt was simply generated just within the last 1 month. The US dollar debt per person in the US, and that's just the US alone. There are other countries which are just as bad. 100,000 US dollars. If you're watching this from the US, the debt which was taken on your name was 100,000 US dollars. If you are a taxpayer, the debt per taxpayer is 260,000 US dollars. If you are a taxpayer, 260,000 US dollars were taken on your name. Why is this now relevant for you? Why is this relevant for you if you are not even in the US, even if you're here in Singapore? I can tell you one thing, and this is important to understand also as a Bitcoin holder, because many people, if they are holding Bitcoin, they ask me, when is Bitcoin going to reach $100,000? When is Bitcoin going to reach $1 million, 2 million, 5 million? It does not really matter. If you try to understand that the true value of Bitcoin comes from the reckless governments actually printing money into oblivion, then the whole thing changes. People are asking me, Chris, is that enough? Bitcoin is just a store of value. Like, it will never really explode. You can't really use it as currency. You can't program on it like on Ethereum. Well, guys, I can tell you one thing. The absolutely most important use case Bitcoin has, the most profound, the most fundamental, and the most original grassroots use case Bitcoin has and had since the very first day. The reason Bitcoin was invented and came out in January 2009 was Keynesian economics. It was the reason because money, fiat currency, euro, US dollar, like all fiat currencies in the world are getting printed like crazy. Debt is inflating like crazy. In fact, we have the highest credit default rate in the history of the modern times. We never had a credit default rate as high as today. So what does that mean? Well, if you are looking into the real economy right now, and of course I want to talk about price predictions and everything, but hold on, bear with me a little bit. If you're looking into the economy right now, you can already see it happening. Look at Argentina, Zimbabwe, Turkey, one of the best examples. Every single state with an already failed currency where you have inflation rates of 20, 30, 50, 80, 100, like some of these, Zimbabwe, they have tens of thousands of percentages in annual inflation. These are completely corrupted, completely inflated currencies. And in these specific countries, you can see an extremely high correlation between the inflation rate of the respective fiat currency and the adoption rate of Bitcoin, the number of addresses, entities, people who are exposed to Bitcoin, and so on. In Turkey, in fact, you have almost 100% of people my age being exposed to Bitcoin, to crypto, and having a Binance account. Almost 100%. And in total, I forgot the number. It was like 50% or something, but quote me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. I think it was like 50% or so of the total population there was exposed to crypto at some point already. That is mainstream. Turkey is already mainstream for crypto. And the reason is people have just no choice. If your fiat currency is corrupted, well, what can you do? You can buy silver, you can buy gold, but please transport a bar of gold through the airport. That's not that easy, right? So you need these additional characteristics Bitcoin has on top of gold. Portability, divisibility, non-confiscatability. All of these things gold doesn't have. Bitcoin is the only asset, the first asset in the history of mankind, which offers this safe haven aspects, which are going to be more and more important in the future. Now circling back to what I mentioned earlier, how it's looking about the USA. Well, you might say, wow, but the US dollar index, it's strong. The US dollar is far from failing. Look at it. Like, many currencies are losing against the US dollar. Yes, this is how it's working. And this is the most important part of the video. And if you watched until here, I would really love to urge you, either now or after the next rant, share the video, because this is one of the most important videos I have ever made. What you have to understand is that money is energy. Everything is energy. Money is pure energy. And it flows through currency. Currency is like the language of money. It flows through it, right? So what we see is we have, of course, all the fiat currencies, the smaller fiat currencies collapsing. So what happens? We have this monetary energy flowing into the US dollar. And the US dollar gets stronger and stronger. In a weakening, falling system, it gets stronger and it absorbs the energy from surrounding fiat currencies of the euro, Great British Pound, and then of course other second world currencies, third world currencies. It soaks it all up, right? But what you have to understand is all of these currencies are falling knives, including the US dollars, falling knives which are pulled down by gravity, right? They are all going to hit the ground. They are all falling, just at different speeds. The US dollar is going to be the last man standing, most likely. But it is going to hit the ground as well, eventually. It's like a law of nature. It has to happen. Fiat currencies have an average lifespan, depending on their importance, between 30 and 100 years. The days are counted. And looking at the default risk, I can tell you, the fall of this traditional system is much closer than all of you might think. I think it's going to happen not tomorrow, not next month, not in the next 5-6 months maybe. It's going to happen very, very soon. And when this happens, no one in the world is going to ask me, where is the Bitcoin price going? It's going to be infinity, as fiat knows no bottom, crypto knows no top, and Bitcoin knows no top. So my price prediction long term for Bitcoin in US dollar is infinite. In today's purchasing power, that's another language. I would say long term 1, 2, maximum 5 million US dollars as a potential world reserve currency scenario. Without world reserve currency scenario, we are, in my opinion, most likely talking about at least a 7-digit 1 million US dollar Bitcoin long term, not this cycle. Long term. Of course, if this system collapses in this cycle, no top, as I already said. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to know from you, do you find value in these kind of videos? If you do, share this, please. Give me this, because I can see when you are sharing it. YouTube tracks this in the back end, and it's actually rewarding the video and giving it more impressions, as YouTube likes when videos are shared on other platforms as well. Twitter, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. YouTube loves it because it brings people from other platforms to YouTube. It really helps me to get more reach. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, Please just leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. Every kind of engagement would be truly appreciated. I really love and appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you understand that my focus is on fundamental strength, on your fundamental understanding of Bitcoin. And of course, I am trading myself as well. You know, I have a $3.1 million trade open on Bitcoin, a $700,000-800,000 trade open on Ethereum. And of course, I'm keeping these trades open for now and I'm playing that game. But most importantly, I'm in the fundamental game for Bitcoin. That is what I want. I want to maximize my Bitcoin exposure with everything I do in that space. And I hope you understand my today's message. If you want to be trading as well on the way there, do it responsibly. Do it with a part of your portfolio which you're willing to lose in the worst case. And do it only if you're an experienced trader. If you are, pin comment down below, video description down below, $30,000 bonus link, click register deposit. Takes 10-12 seconds to claim an up to $30,000 free bonus. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, guys, bye. Bye.